Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Cape Atlantic League Finals right here on Cape Atlantic Live, fueled by Body Armor. Nick Costco alongside Brian Kniff for the boys' final between the Middle Township Panthers and the Mainland Mustangs. Middle Township, #1 in the Cape Atlantic League this year. Mainland, the #3 seed. Starting lineups about to be introduced. Middle is going to be wearing the gray uniforms today with the orange lettering and black trim. Mainland wearing the what is now considered the new road uniforms, the all whites, of course, with the green trim. Brian, this is a matchup of two of the best teams we've seen all season long. Middle has been pretty much the de facto best team in the conference this year. Mainland, a strong win over Ocean City in the semifinals to get that minor upset. So looking into this one, this is probably the final a lot of people were anticipating just a couple weeks ago.
Well, and before the season too, Nick. A lot of people anointed these two teams as the two best. Ocean City obviously emerged as a great team. They beat Mainland earlier in the season, but then lost the semifinal. But and Atlantic City, obviously, as we know, gave Middle Township all they could handle at a 16-point lead in the semifinal. Middle came back and won by 6. But this should be an outstanding game. It basically, you have the toughness and physicality of Mainland against the speed and athleticism of Middle Township. So you see, these are experienced teams. The starters are being introduced for Mainland. Stephen Ordilli, along with Rocco DiBiaso in the backcourt. Ordilli's a senior, DiBiaso a junior, and then Timmy Traveline plays a third guard position. Mainland's kind of 4 guards. I guess Cohen Cook you could consider a forward, but he's really a guard. And then Jamie Tyson and Cook, Traveline, and Tyson are all seniors. Mainland coached by Danny Williams.
And Cohen Cook, you just mentioned, he's that guard-forward hybrid, obviously a football star, as a lot of these guys are on this Mainland basketball team. You mentioned that toughness and physicality. That's the type of game they want to play. They want to keep it low scoring in the 40s and also in the 50s. Maybe try to slow this high-powered Middle attack down.
And like Mainland, the Middle will have 4 seniors and a junior in the starting lineup. And they're led by Jameer McNeil, a junior. He's one of the most explosive players in the Cape Atlantic League. Also in the backcourt with him, his older brother, Bubba McNeil, along with Anthony Trombetta, who's a lethal three-point shooter, and then down low, Michael Zarfati and the 6'6" Real Basquine. Middle is coached by Lamar Greer, of course, in his 3rd season. Middle is probably a little deeper than Mainland. They'll play as many as 4 kids off the bench. Mainland may only play a couple in most games, so we'll see how that plays out if Middle's depth becomes a factor that tips the game in their favor potentially. 3 officials, of course. You got Ed Gorski as the lead official. He's the only official with his jacket off. He's in the middle of your screen. Mike Cook's on the left, Percy Valentine on the right.
Saw you chumming it up too, Brian. Obviously, giving these guys a little bit of a hard time. Of course, it's all in good fun. Obviously, it should be quite a basketball game this afternoon. Of course, as we alluded to, the scoring prowess of Middle. They are undefeated in Cape Atlantic League play this year. Only 2 losses this year, 24-2. And those were to College Achieve up in Asbury Park and, of course, to Archbishop Carroll of Philadelphia.
Well, Nick, for the next 32 minutes, I certainly won't be the only one giving the officials some consternation. They're going to hear it from everybody here. It's the way it always is.
It's always quite the atmosphere here at Egg Harbor Township. Obviously, the host Eagles won last year's Cape Atlantic League tournament over St. Augustine Prep. Some new blood this year. Middle looking for that first Cape Atlantic League title in quite some time. Mainland just won a couple of years ago, and they, after that Cinderella run, more of a favorite type run here in this season as well. So again, this is a matchup that, again, as we mentioned, a lot of people were looking forward to throughout the entire season.
It'll be Basquine for Middle in the charcoal jersey. Tyson for Mainland in white. Ed Gorski has the basketball, and we are ready to go.
We are underway. Opening tip won by the Panthers. It is Jameer McNeil taking it across the timeline on this opening possession of the Cape Atlantic League Finals here, fueled by a Body Armor.
No surprise, Mainland starts in man-to-man.
McNeil down underneath. As for Basquine, finds McNeil streaking towards the basket for 2, and the Panthers get the first bucket of the ball game. It's Cohen Cook now for the Mustangs.
Interesting matchup here with Real Basquine guarding Cohen Cook.
Want your big man on the most physically gifted player, arguably, for Mainland in Cohen Cook. Here's Stephen Ordilli, good feed. It's Jamie Tyson, the turnaround shot off the glass. He banks it in, and Jamie Tyson evens things up.
I don't think he meant to bank that, but it counts.
Bubba McNeil, a quick pump fake in the corner. He'll get it the outlet pass out to Jameer, and now Middle will swing it around. Basquine, turnaround shot is good. My goodness, that was a big-time shot.
Yeah, he's turned into a really good shooter from that range.
Cook back the other way quickly, and Mainland responds right away, tied at 4.
Yeah, no one can get a stop yet. The teams have combined to shoot 4 for 4 from the floor.
A good offensive flow as McNeil turns around, whistle, so this one's going to be going the other way.
Traveling violation on McNeil there. Little extra hop on his step back, and that is a travel.
Tough one there. It looked like actually a good look there for Jameer McNeil as the Mustangs will inbound the basketball.
Good crowd on hand, Nick. Probably 3/4 full here at EHT. And, this is probably the biggest high school gym, this or Atlantic City, the biggest high school gym in the Cape Atlantic League.
Provides quite the atmosphere every single season. Here's Ordilli guarded by Trombetta. Finds DiBiaso, swing it over to Cook now in the corner.
Great help and recover by Bubba McNeil defensively there.
Three-pointer missed there by Traveline. Rebound by Basquine, and now Jameer McNeil for Middle. McNeil on the top of the key. Calling on the offense at Zarfati, swinging over to Trombetta.
Mainland switched the zone, Nick. They're playing a 2-3 here.
McNeil, good guard there by Basquine. Missed the three-pointer, though. It's up for grabs. Ordilli, a tough rebound, and we're going to get a whistle. It will be a travel.
I think Ordilli may have stepped on Tyson's foot, and that caused him to lose his balance, and he shuffled his feet after getting that rebound.
A little awkward exchange there. Zarfati off the outlet pass. Gets it back over to Bubba McNeil. Back to Zarfati. Three-pointer on the way. It is good.
Zarfati's been shooting the 3 better in this Cape Atlantic League tournament. He made 3 in the semifinal against Atlantic City.
Came into the afternoon with 155 points on the season at his return to the basketball court this year as a senior. Traveling, getting over to Tyson. Good feed. Traveling, driving, and a whistle on the way up, and a foul coming.
That's not a good foul there by Middle. This is going to go against Basquine. And Lamar Greer, you can see Middle's coach showing him they had Traveling really was going to have to make a very, very difficult shot. And instead of just sticking his hand straight up in the air, Basquine swatted down at the basketball, and that's where the foul occurred.
So Traveling will shoot 2 as the first foul assessed in this ball game. It is to Real Basquine as Traveling nails the, or beg your pardon, misses the first free throw there, right off the iron.
Yeah, that ball did everything but go in. First of 2 today, we have Wildwood Catholic and Mainland coming up in the girls' game at 2 o'clock.
Should be another good final as Traveling misses both, and a good offensive board there by Cohen Cook near the baseline, trying to get by Traveling. Reverse layup is no good, and here comes Bubba McNeil.
Basquine really affected that shot.
Trombetta 3 in the corner, got it! Middle, up top by 6.
And Middle shooting the ball particularly well to start the game here. They're 4 for their first 5.
We're going to get a jump ball here. Trombetta getting in the way of Stephen Ordilli. And boy, Middle's defense came to play this afternoon.
Possession to Mainland. That's the one thing. If you're going to play Mainland, you better bring a certain toughness. And Middle Township, so far as you mentioned, Nick, has.
Physicality is here so far. Tyson to inbound, finds Traveling in the corner. Underneath Cohen Cook again. He's guarded by Basquine. Puts one up off the glass, no good. Got his own miss, and the putback is good by Cohen Cook. Second effort.
Cook used his body well there. To free himself after getting the offensive rebound.
Bubba McNeil, top of the key. Back over Zarfati, a little pump fake here, kicking it back out to Bubba. And we are going to get a whistle. Hold the phone here, and we're going to have some blood. It looks like Basquine got hit.
Yeah, Basquine looks like he got hit with an elbow or something. He's got a cut on his lips, so he's got to come out. Chase Moore, sophomore guard, will check in for him.
Over 3 minutes gone in this first quarter. Middle Township a 4-point lead. The inbound here to Trombetta, swinging it back over to Jameer McNeil. Guarded by Ordilli, trying to find some space in the corner. Three-pointer on for Bubba McNeil. He's got it. Middle, sharp from downtown right now. I think we have another stoppage here.
Well,
I believe it's blood cleanup from Basquine.
Yeah, I think there's some blood on the floor that Mike Cook, the official, noticed. So they're going to have to get that cleaned up before they restart the game. But a great start for Middle shooting the basketball, and they lead at 13-6.
Well, so far in this game, Brian, you look at what the Panthers are able to do beyond the arc. Again, they're matching the physicality of Mainland right now. Mainland is scoring on some of these possessions, but right now Middle just too strong right now from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and Middle is a good three-point shooting team. They average a little over eight made threes per game. Now, they didn't shoot it particularly well in the semifinal game, but they are off to a good start from distance as they've made 3 of their first 4 from beyond the arc, and they lead at 13-6.
Some fans still filing in.
This is kind of a free timeout for both teams here as they clean up this blood on the far side of the court there, on the right side of the court on your screen.
I guess they don't have Clorox wipes on standby. You have to go to the bag for this one.
So Mainland gets a chance to regroup here, trailing at 13-6.
It seems like, Brian, right now, Middle likes the matchup with Real Basquine whenever he does come back into the game. They love that matchup on Cohen Cook, arguably Mainland's best player, again, most athletic player.
Oh, and the thing is, they're what it does is obviously it puts some length out there against Cook. And it's going to make him, try to make it difficult for him to shoot jump shots. And then obviously Basquine can guard the rim as well. Now we're ready to go as they got the blood cleaned up. Middle showing full court press.
Traveling back out the door, stolen away. Jameer McNeil dishing it over to Bubba McNeil. Left-handed layup is good. And just like that, it's a 9-point lead for the Panthers. Tough defense so far from Middle. DiBiasio trapped down here. Now it's up to Cohen Cook. Cook lost possession. Jameer McNeil back the other way. Driving right hand off balance.
Well, here's the one thing.
The basket here.
Jameer McNeil is a wonderful player, but what he needs to work on, Nick, is going to his left. He had an opportunity to go left to the basket there, and he got it back to his right, and Mainland was able to stop the fast break, the easy opportunity with the foul.
They do not count the basket there. Occurred before the shot. The Middle does reset here. Foul was assessed to Rocco DiBiasio, the first for Mainland, so each team has 1 apiece in this first quarter. This one poked away. Jamie Tyson showing off the defensive prowess, come back the other way, and he lays it in safely. And Mainland finally gets a much-needed bucket.
Chase Moore is going to be a terrific player, Nick. He's a sophomore. He's got some length. He's about 6'5". But the one weakness he has right now is at times he's not very strong with the ball, and he lost it there to Tyson.
Here's Trombetta now driving towards the paint. Some contact down below, and it's going to be a foul on Middle coming back the other way.
Trombetta took one dribble too many. He needed to take a jump stop right in front of that defender. Mainland's very good at that, at bringing help defenders into the paint and drawing offensive fouls.
DiBiasio trapped down here by 3 players, and Cook unable to get the ball here. And that one's stolen away.
Great play by McNeil to come up with the steal and stay in bounds.
3-pointer for Bubba McNeil is good. 10-point lead for the Panthers here in the first quarter. Some quick passing by Mainland. Alley-oop here for Tyson. Converts on the other end. A fancy layup for the Villanova commit.
Good delivery by Cook. Easy finish for Tyson. And Mainland did a good job there passing ahead aggressively against that pressure.
Middle's turning this into a track meet right now. Mainland trying to keep up. Here's Zarfati over to Trombetta. Trombetta, long-range 3 off the mark, and a rebound here for DiBiasio. DiBiasio has to stop now, he has to pass it away. He's got it over to Tyson, who crosses the timeline. Tyson trapped here. Ball up for grabs.
Great play by Chase Moore.
Zarfati up the other way, and a foul coming. And I believe this one's going to be on Traveline.
That was basically 2 things there. Frustration by Traveline, number 1, and number 2, good foul to stop the fast break by Middle. Just the second team foul on Mainland.
There was another look at that alley-oop to Tyson right there on your screen. Middle resets here. Under 3 minutes to play first quarter. They lead by 8. Trombetta into the paint, driving, wave off the basket here. Oh, he traveled.
Yeah, he traveled. I think at first he was going to pull up at the foul line, and then he saw a lane and went, and he kind of you could have really called a travel or a double dribble there, because he kind of held his dribble while he took an extra step, held the ball in the air.
Lowenstern gets this one out to Cohen Cook. He'll drive off balance, no good. Put back here, and that one's also no good, but a whistle. So Cook doing a lot of the dirty work down low. On a good feed there from Keaton Lowenstern. And this foul coming on Jameer McNeil. That's his first. Third middle foul of the quarter, by the way. Cook will go to the line and shoot two.
If Basquine cleaned up, he'll be ready to check in from that cut he sustained on his bottom lip.
Cohen Cook, first free throw is good. Got a friendly bounce. Basquine's back in. Chase Moore takes a seat.
There's one weakness to Cook's game. He's not a terrific free throw shooter, but he made some clutch ones in the fourth quarter against Ocean City earlier in the week in the semifinal.
We're just about to say he was a big reason why Mainland got by their rival. Misses the second one as Basquine pulls down the board.
Cook almost got the offensive rebound. Middle Township failed to check out the free throw shooter.
Here's Zarfati back over to Trombetta late here, first quarter. Alley-oop to Zarfati, a lot of contact down low. Kicks it back out, though. Jameer McNeil pumps, lost the handle, stolen away. Traveline tried to get it. Now McNeil gets it back somehow.
I think Trombetta tried to foul him on purpose, and the whistles were silent.
McNeil, good move to the basket. He converts as Cook falls to the floor. Middle back up by 9.
I think Anthony Trombetta was trying to foul Traveline to stop the fast break, and Traveline lost the ball, and there was no whistle. Middle really caught a break there.
Here's Ordilli. Back over to Lowenstern, far side. Cook in the paint, kicks
Great
it out.
pass.
Tyson, three-pointer. High bounce and out of bounds.
Yeah, it hit one of the poles or involved with the basket support or that rope up there, and that's why it's you see the replay on that turnover there by Mainland.
Here's McNeil. Turns, kicks it back over. Middle's going to swing it around. Here's Jameer McNeil, top of the key. Guarded by Cook. Good move to the basket, puts it up. Oh, and he's got it. And one.
Middle Township, Nick, looks like they have an extra spring to their step collectively. This Mainland team is more athletic than you think, but Middle Township is really showing off their speed and athleticism here, and they've doubled up Mainland at this point. 22-11 with McNeil going to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
It's like they've played 2 games today so far, Brian. They are beating them in the track meet, and then obviously you look at the physicality right now of Middle Township is winning a lot of these close battles. A 12-point lead from Middle. Here comes Traveling, good bounce pass. Tyson driving to the basket. Quick conversion right there. He wanted a foul, not going to get it, but Mainland cuts the lead back down to 10. Zarfati. That's Bowen McNeil, far side underneath. Here's Basquine. Basquine, couple of dribbles, lost the handle, stolen away. Ordilli trying to make it back to a single-digit game, driving to the basket, coast to coast, and Mainland cuts it back down to 8.
Boy, if you're Middle Township's coaching staff, you can't be happy with that transition defense, as Ordilli went right to the basket without even having the turn. He just dribbled right to the rim.
McNeil trying to do it himself, turns around, puts it up off the glass. You can't stop this kid today. It's a 10-point lead again for Middle.
30 seconds to go in the quarter, excuse me.
Here's Ordilli. 20 seconds to go in this first quarter. Back over Ordilli. Underneath for Cook. He's guarded by Basquine in the paint. He'll pull it back out. Mainland would like to make this a single-digit game going into the second quarter. Here's Traveline. Trying to get some help. Bothered by Zarfati, stealing it away. Zarfati to the other end. He converts. Middle up by 12. Traveline with 1 second. And this shot's on the way. Well short. And after the first quarter, Middle Township leads this one 27-15.
Well, Middle Township has found a lot of success defensively, Nick. They're jumping every ball screen, and they're causing some turnovers, and Zarfati got that one there, and a terrific finish using his body to shield away the defender at the rim to give Middle Township the 12-point lead after the first quarter. But if you're Mainland, more than anything, you've got to be unhappy with the way they're turning the ball over And to allow Middle Township to score 27 points in a quarter, that's an awful lot of points in a high school game.
It was all Panthers in that first quarter. Again, just as a reminder, we will have the girls' game at 2 o'clock approximately between Mainland and Wildwood Catholic. The Mainland girls just arrived towards the end of that first quarter.
Nick, we were just handed the official stats, and the number that jumps out, Middle Township 11 for 13 from the floor in that first quarter. Turnovers were 7-6, 7 for Mainland, 6 for Middle. But a lot of Mainland's turnovers were live ball turnovers, giving Middle breakouts and getting easy baskets down the other end.
And if you're just looking at possession by possession, Brian, it's actually a pretty even ball game. You look at the shots taken by both teams, 11 for 13, as you mentioned, for Middle, but 7 for 12 for Mainland right now. And again, some of the free throws have been missed, so that's your big difference right now in this 12-point contest.
Yeah, and then obviously Middle Township's three-point shooting, they are 4 for 6 from beyond the arc.
Second quarter begins here with Middle Township in possession of the ball. Jameer McNeil, guarded by Tyson, trying to get by him, now guarded by Ordilli. It's Basquine now kicking it back out, Trombetta. Couple pump fakes from Trombetta, driving, kicking it out. Swinging over to Zarfati, far side of the court. And now Middle trying to get some decent ball movement here. Good defense so far from Mainland. McNeil, great ball handler, gets it over to Bubba for three. No good, and Tyson pulls down the miss. Tyson trying to go coast to coast. Underneath DiBiaso, good feed to Cohen Cook.
This is where Mainland's finding their success offensively in transition.
Zarfati back over to Trombetta. Pump fakes on that pass, finds Bubba top of the key. Back over Zarfati, pumps again. So Mainland trying to slow the pace down just a little bit. This is what they want to do. They want to force Middle into many different looks here. Zarfati, top of the key, gets it back over to Jameer McNeil along the left wing. And we're going to get a whistle. We're going to get a push away from the ball.
It's on Traveling, pushing through the screen. Amir Elston, number 13 for Middle Township, checking in. Bubba McNeil will sit for a little.
This is the first we're going to see from the junior guard, Amir Elston, 144 points to his name this season.
Great three-point shooter, shooting right around 50% on threes, Nick. It's a terrific percentage, obviously.
Gonna have to watch out for him, but it's Jameer McNeil off the jump shot, no good. He tried to pull off from the free throw line.
He thought he was fouled, no whistles coming.
Ordilli almost lost the handle, now it's Tyson. Underneath DiBiaso in the paint, back out Cook, and it's Tyson again. In the corner for DiBiaso. Mainland trying to swing it around, Ordilli pulls up for two off the mark, and it's Jameer McNeil once again. Zarfati,
great pass.
Basquine to the basket, some contact.
Because an intentional foul has been called against Mainland on this.
Officials are going to conference here.
The foul, it's an intentional foul against Jamie Tyson.
That's his first.
And we see the replay here. Oh yeah, Tyson, two hands to the back from behind. That is the very definition of an intentional foul. So Basquine will get two free throws. Mainland's going to take a timeout first, though.
It's a 10-point lead for Middle with 6:12 remaining in this first half. They've controlled this game, Brian, but again, it looked like Mainland was starting to slow them down a little bit in the early goings of this second quarter. But again, just the mistakes and the missed shots right now for the Mustangs are haunting them.
You know, you can get away, and you can get away from that. You can get away with that foul from behind if it's just one hand, just a little push to maybe put the offensive player off balance. It would just be a common foul. But when you come in from behind with two hands into the back, when you have a player going to the rim, that's an easy intentional foul call by the official. And it's a good call there by Ed Gorski.
.612 remaining here in the second quarter. A 10-point lead for Middle Township. Nick Costco alongside Brian Kniff here on Cape Atlantic Live for the Cal Finals, presented by Body Armor, as Basquine missed his first free throw here after the intentional foul. He will shoot another, and that one rattles in.
The middle ahead by 11. Now they'll get the basketball, and that's on an intentional foul. It's a spot of the, well, now you have the 4 designated throw-in spots, but either way, Middle Township will inbound underneath their offensive basket.
Here's the feed to Jameer McNeil, looking for somewhere to go with it. Finds Trombetta. A quick pump fake, guarded by Lowenstern, and we're going to get some contact here as Lowenstern was hit. I believe we're going to get an offensive foul here.
Now it's on. That's on Lowenstern.
Well, he at least tried to sell it there. That'll be Lowenstern's first. That's already the 3rd foul, Brian, of this quarter for Mainland, so they got to be careful here with the foul trouble. Another inbound coming. McNeil lost the handle.
Lazy pass by Trombetta there, nearly a turnover by Middle.
Chase Moore. McNeil again. Ordilly sticking to him at the moment.
Middle with 2 bigs in the game right now with Moore and Basquine.
Elston had that one slightly tipped, but Trombetta able to recover. McNeil again, top of the key, driving to his left, hop step, turns, Basquine. This is on the way for a 3. It's no good. Ball loose, picked up by DiBiaso. Trying to go back coast to coast, feeds it. Tyson, pump fake underneath the baseline. Let's kick it back out to Cohen Cook. Cook driving into the corner, and out of bounds it goes. And I don't think Lowenstern was ready for that pass. Unless it was.
Well, the ball was deflected by Middle Township.
Yeah, it looked like Moore was ready to inbound, so they are going to rule this Mainland basketball.
Jameer McNeil will sit. Aiden Howe, junior guard, comes in for Middle Township.
Here's Ordilly. Now it's Lowenstern. Ordilly again. And they're going to play catch right now as they try to set up this offensive set. Ball tipped again, out of bounds. It still remains Mainland basketball. Tyson inbound, finds Cohen Cook. He'll drive to the baseline, drawing some contact. He converts, and Cohen Cook just too tough down low.
That's bad defense by Middle there. They had Cook isolated on Basquine with no help anywhere in sight. That's an easy basket for Cook.
Little pull up there from Basquine, no good. Howe pulls down the miss and ready to get a whistle.
That is a tremendous offensive rebound by Aiden Howe.
Right hand. Another 3 on the way. That one no good. Good board by DiBiaso, and now Cook.
Too quick of a shot if you're Middle.
3 ball on the way for Lowenstern. Trying to cut into the lead, no good. And the shooting is just not going down for either side here in the past few possessions. Almost halfway through the second quarter. Panthers trying to slow things down a little bit and reset.
Even though Middle's got this 9-point lead, Nick, you're sensing a little change in the momentum here toward Mainland to see if they can capitalize.
Basquine underneath, guarded by Tyson, kicks it back out. 3 ball on the way. It is good. Amir Elston, you called it.
Sometimes momentum can be the next made 3-pointer, and Middle Township gets one there.
That's why they wanted him on the floor off the bench. 12-point lead for the Panthers.
Matches their largest.
In the corner, it's DiBiaso. Back out for Ordilly, top of the key. Lobbing one up. Tyson, amid some contact, puts one up, and no good, but a foul coming. They're going to hit Chase Moore with that foul. That's his first team foul of the quarter for Middle Township. And Tyson's going to go to the line and shoot 2.
It's actually a good foul by Chase Moore to take away the layup from Tyson, make him earn 2 at the line. As you said, only the first team foul on Middle in the period.
First free throw is good for Tyson.
Tyson has 9. And he's tied for team high with Cohen Cook. Cook and Tyson have 18 of Mainland's 20 points. Ordilly with a bucket as well.
Yeah, Ordilly just checked out. Traveline's back in as Tyson converts both free throws back to a 10-point margin. Here's Aiden Howe. Junior guard gets over to Chase Moore. Now Trombetta, far side of the court. Elston. Howe again. Middle trying to find an opening. It's Basquine.
Great high screen and roll, and a terrific delivery of that pass by Aiden Howe.
Traveling over to Lowenstern. Back Traveling again. Driving to the paint. Gets one up, and it is good. It rattles home, so Timmy Traveling off balance.
Tough shot. He got away with a walk on the beginning of that move to the basket. The Mainland will certainly take it. That was a terrific finish. Near steal by Cook there.
Here's Elston, guarded by DiBiaso. He's going to keep following him, kicking it back over. This is Howell. Middle trying to slow things down, get this one going, or get this offensive series going. Basquine coming up to help. Howell driving to his left. Bounce pass. Underneath, it's Chase Moore. Wild shot, no good. Cook deflects and out of bounds.
Oh, Middle thought that was their ball, and I think Cook did too, because he actually tried to save it, but the officials ruled that ball was off of Middle Township.
So it will be DiBiaso to inbound the basketball. Trombetta is going to check out. Jameer McNeil's back in, as is Zarfati. Traveling long pass, here's Cohen Cook. Lobbing one up for Tyson, wild shot. Gets one over to Cook again, kicking it back out. Lowenstern's open for three, cannot convert. Up for grabs, Aiden Howell, the rebound. Mainland had their opportunity there, could not convert. Jameer McNeil the other way. Kicks it back out, Zarfati. Over 2 minutes to go in the half. McNeil to his right. Good hop step and waved that one off. He walked.
Great defense by DiBiaso. Stayed in front of him and caused the turnover.
And this is the way they're going to stay in the game, Brian. The Mustangs, I know they're down by 10, but you force Middle into mistakes, and it will remain a tight basketball game. Wave off this shot. Foul occurred on the floor here.
So Cook fouled on the pass.
They're going to hit Elston. Foul, his first.
So Basquine and Bubba McNeil back in. Elston and Moore go to the bench.
DiBiaso to inbound. Trying to find somewhere to go. In the corner is Traveline. Now it's Lowenstern. DiBiaso in the paint. Back out Tyson for three. No good. Cook trying to fight for the board. He knocked it out of bounds. It's middle ball.
DiBiaso was open early. Would have been a wide open layup. That pass was delivered a little late, and DiBiaso ended up having to kick it out as the defense recovered.
You're not going to get too many chances if you're Mainland to really cut into this lead. Middle's not going to be dormant on offense all afternoon. Zarfati. Back over to Jameer McNeil. Into the paint, kicking it back out. It's Bubba with a quick pump fake. Cross-court pass, Basquine. Good fake here, driving. Lost the handle, though. It's stolen away by DiBiaso.
I think Cook caused the turnover.
Cook almost mishandled the ball here. Here's Traveline. Driving. They wanted a walk. He pulls up for two. That one's no good, and Howell gets the miss. Howell up ahead. Zarfati.
Traveled.
And he traveled. With 1:08 to go in the half here, Brian, you're looking at Mainland. They're converting. I mean, they have their opportunities off these misses and these turnovers, but they just can't convert on the offensive end.
They've held Middle to 6 points so far this quarter after they got 27 in the first. But still a 10-point lead for the Panthers.
Tyson, Traveline, pumps, driving baseline, pulls up, no good, and a foul. So they're going to hit Zarfati for this one. Under a minute to go, Mainland trying to bring it back to single digits. As you mentioned, Brian, they've played really well defensively in this second set of 8 minutes, but again, the offense just very hit and miss for them right now.
But yeah, but if you're going to get back into the game, you're going to have to do it on the defensive end. So far, they have, and they just haven't been able to convert enough on offense. If Traveline makes this one, it turns it into an 8-point game.
Traveline second is on the way, so he goes 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Trombetta's back in for Middle. Some subs coming on.
Mainland's made all 4 of their free throw attempts in this period. Andrew Gilman, a sophomore forward, checking in.
He was getting some clarification from the official.
And Mainland's going to show some pressure here, at least some token pressure. They do this a lot. They'll kind of just show and then back off, and that's what they do here.
Well, 45 seconds. Let's see how much time Middle takes off the clock here on this possession, up by 8.
Well, it looks like Mainland's going to allow them to hold for one.
Got a bit of a smile out of Jameer McNeil here with the ball. Now Zarfati. Back to Jameer McNeil again. Ordelius following him. 20 seconds now. Middle content now, hanging on for this last possession. Mainland allowing it. Let's see if McNeil takes the final shot here in the half.
Probably a high ball screen with Basquine. Here he comes.
McNeil driving to his right, kicks it back out. Basquine, that's a three. He's got it! Real Basquine drills it. This one is off the mark. It is halftime. Middle Township takes an 11-point lead into the locker room, courtesy of Real Basquine.
Terrific execution there of the high screen and roll. And Basquine kind of slipped the screen, went to the top of the key. Great find by Jameer McNeil. And the finish to the first half by Middle with the three-pointer, and now they have the 11-point lead at the break.
Mainland pulled within 8, but Middle, the three-point shooting has been dynamite in that first half. We'll take a break. Second half coming up. Middle leads this one over Mainland here in the Cal Finals, fueled by Body Armor. Second half getting set to get underway here at Egg Harbor Township High School. Nick Costco alongside Brian Kniff for the Cape Atlantic League Finals, fueled by Body Armor. You see Middle Township with a 36-25 lead over the Mustangs. The three-point shooting is probably the biggest difference right now, Brian, but Mainland played a little bit better defensively in that second quarter.
They did, but it didn't really cut into the lead much. You know, it only took 1 point off that lead. Felt a little momentum swing, and Amir Elston hit a big three for Middle. And then, of course, Real Basquin with the three at the buzzer. You mentioned the three-point shooting. Mainland has not hit one today in 5 tries. Middle Township is 6 for 12. Both teams shooting well overall. Mainland 10 for 21 from the floor. Middle 14 for 23. No major foul trouble for anybody. Middle does not have anyone with more than 1 foul. Something to watch, though, for Mainland. Cohen Cook and Timmy Traveline each with 2. So if one of them picks up one maybe early in the third quarter, then Mainland obviously has an issue. But right now, no real foul trouble for either team. And Mainland will have the ball to start the second half.
As we mentioned, we will have the girls' final as well at approximately 2 p.m. as the Mainland Mustangs on the girls' side take on Wildwood Catholic. Big shout out to Middle Township head coach Lamar Greer for getting the
he's got to do it all. He's got to pull the basketballs off the court.
That's why he's a legend around here in this area.
Middle starts in zone, Nick. 2-3 zone.
That one batted up in the air. DiBiase trying to save it.
That should have been a backcourt violation.
Feed over here into the corner. That's a 3 ball on the way. No good. Traveling missed it. So again, Mainland still over.
Even though that ball was touched by Middle, it was a Mainland player who touched it last before it went back court. Now there's a steal by Cook.
Tyson up the other way for the Mustangs. Cross court pass. Or Dilly. That one batted and DiBiase saves it. Here's Cook driving. And then DiBiase thought about it. Cross court pass, a long one. Traveling had to save that one like a defensive back.
I don't know if this is a switch here that Middle got caught on, but Mainland's got an advantage with Cook being guarded by Bubba McNeil here. I don't know out there on the perimeter, but they probably should try to post Cook up here. Now they switch.
No points in the opening minute of this third quarter. Mainland trying to cut into the lead. It's Ordilli for a 3. He's got it, and the Mustangs finally break through from beyond the arc.
8-point game now. These first few minutes will be critical for Mainland. They can make a little run and get back into the game.
Again, Middle Township has not lost a conference game all season long. Sport that 24-2 record. You're defending South Jersey Group 2 champions. Loose ball on the floor here. Last touched by Mainland. It'll remain with the Panthers on this end.
That's the second time Cohen Cook's done that to Basquin, digging down from a help position. First time he got the steal. This time he nearly got it but knocked it out of bounds.
It's a matchup we've been watching all afternoon so far. It's going to be very intriguing the rest of the way. Trombetta guarded by Traveline, top of the key. He'll pull up for a 3. He answers. Anthony Trombetta erases that last Mainland 3. Now Cook quickly the other way. Traveline looking for somewhere to go with it. Doubled here into the corner for Cook. Cook traveling again. Going to his right, hop step into the paint, foul coming. Drew a lot of contact.
Yeah, this one's on McNeil. He kind of pushed him in the hip as he left his feet. So Traveline will get 2 shots here.
That's Bubba McNeil's first foul. You mentioned the foul trouble, Brian. Nothing really major for either side. Everybody with fouls on Middle's end of things, all with 1 apiece. Traveline's first is good.
He's made 3 in a row after missing his first 2.
And free throws were the bugaboo for Mainland. Some of these close losses they've had this year. Only 5 of them here in 23-24.
Traveling with 5 points in the game so far.
Still with 5, though, as he misses that one, and the rebound corralled by Jameer McNeil.
Tyson almost came up with that for Mainland.
In the corner, Trombetta wants another 3. He's got it. Anthony Trombetta, a sharpshooter in this third quarter, and this is the largest lead of the afternoon for the Panthers. Cook, floater, no good. Basquin the rebound, and now Middle really trying to take advantage and run away with this lead in the third quarter. Basquin, another 3. No good. DiBiase now. Pivoting. Traveline. Going to try to drive baseline,
Great
walled
defense
off.
by Trombetta.
Or Dilly now, left wing. He's going to back off. That one batted by Trombetta, tried to save it out of bounds. And again, the defense, you just mentioned on that last series, Trombetta's been on the defensive end.
He made a great play to tip the ball, Nick, but he used the wrong hand. If he uses his right hand, he's able to keep that ball in bounds.
Certainly wreaking havoc right now on this Mustang offense. Here's Tyson into the paint, lost the handle.
Yeah, he dribbled that off his leg, or it might have been knocked off his leg by Trombetta.
It will be middle ball regardless. As the Panthers with a 13-point lead, looking to really get away from Mainland in this quarter. 3 minutes gone. Trombetta, good bounce pass Sween. Wave off this shot though, he traveled.
Yeah, he kind of trapped the ball against his hip while he shuffled his feet. That was a really good set run by middle there.
Here's DiBiaso. Trying to get by McNeil, he does. DiBiaso to the basket, can't convert. First shot of the day for DiBiaso. Now we're going to get a foul
That was
as McNeil hit the floor.
Basquine on the block shot coming over to help. And the foul there goes against Tyson.
Tyson's second, first team foul the third quarter for Mainland as they're staring at this 13-point deficit.
Yeah, Mainland wants a timeout.
Well, they're
critical stage of the game here, Nick, with middle ahead by 13.
Well, Mainland was pulling within 8, but this is middle's largest lead of the afternoon. There's a look at head coach Dan Williams for Mainland. Well-accomplished head coach for this Mustangs program, Brian. 3 wins away from 200, but he would love 198 this afternoon in the form of another conference title for his program.
Yeah, Mainland won this this group of seniors. They were key players for Mainland as sophomores when they beat St. Augustine Prep at Absegami High School 2 years ago before the CAL title games were moved here to EHT. And so this is both of these teams really are battle tested. They're senior laden teams. They've played difficult schedules, and there's nothing that neither of these teams hasn't really seen. I doubt we're going to see any panic in Mainland right now. Still plenty of time left, even though middle has the 13-point lead with 4:46 to go in the third.
Both of these teams are number 1 seeds in their respective playoff groups. Mainland the number 1 in South Group 3. Middle, of course, your defending South Jersey Group 2 champions. Once again, the number 1 seed and one of the favorites, I would say, Brian, to repeat as sectional champs and maybe make that run for the state title.
And the other similar thing with these two teams is that they have graduates as head coaches who were both great players at their alma maters.
Trombetta pump fakes a 3 right here. Now it's Zarfati guarded by Cook, and Jameer McNeil now driving, hop step, and a nice move to the basket, but he can't convert. Tyson pulls down the board.
Needed to use his left hand there.
Cook has it, turns, spins, 3-pointer on the way, no good for Ordilly, and the rebound corralled at the moment for McNeil, but it's out of bounds.
Great play by Cohen Cook. Knocked it out of McNeil's hands, then batted it off of McNeil's arm to get possession for Mainland, an extra possession here.
Stays with the Mustangs. Traveling, back out Tyson. That ball batted. Lowenstern recovers though. Halfway through the third, Mainland facing their largest deficit of the afternoon. They try to climb back into it. Tyson top of the key underneath. Cook couldn't handle it at first, got it back, driving to the basket, lays it in for 2.
Used his body well there to fend off Zarfati's steal attempt.
Trombetta moving fast, good feed. Zarfati for 3. Yes, sir! Middle Township rolling from beyond the arc.
Boy, that hurts for Mainland. You just had a great offensive possession, and you give that up down the other end quickly.
Traveling, can't convert. McNeil back the other way. That ball batted by Tyson. McNeil recovers. Trying to turn around Zarfati. Another 3. No good. Lowenstern pulls down the miss.
That ball should have been pulled out by middle. They needed to run offense there.
They were looking for a dagger basket. Tyson cross-court pass, Cohen Cook. He wants a 3. Not going to get it. Loose and picked up by Bubba McNeil. This is where middle's going to take advantage. As he drives to the basket, he traveled.
And again, if you don't have numbers, if you're middle, you got to bring it out. You have a 14-point lead. You know, in a high school game with no shot clock, there's no need to be in a hurry.
You could tell Brian Middle still wants to run fast, but they want these buckets that are really going to extend this lead to a territory where Mainland just can't come out of. Lowenstern underneath for Tyson.
Middle in zone again.
Ordilly, Tyson, good feed underneath. DiBiaso walled off by 3 defenders. Now Ordilly for 3. He's got it. A much needed bucket for the Mustangs.
DiBiaso was actually under the backboard, couldn't do anything with that. So he made an extra pass, and Mainland ends up with the 3. Good offense there by the Mustangs.
Back to an 11-point lead. Bubba McNeil finds Jameer. Little jab step. Now it's Zarfati. Hit a 3 a couple of possessions ago. McNeil, good ball handling here. Back out Bubba. The defense on point right now for the Mustangs. Lowenstern following Trombetta. Trombetta coming to his left. Will hand off to Zarfati. Now it's McNeil with 2 minutes to go in the third. McNeil has Basquine. Zarfati. Back out McNeil again. Mainland doing a great job following right now.
Middle being very patient. This is smart, up 11 with 1:40 to go in the third.
Jameer McNeil going to his right, trying to get by Ordilly, walled off. Bubba McNeil swinging over to Trombetta. 90 seconds. McNeil underneath. Trying to back down Ordilly. What a spin move. Oh, Jameer McNeil. Highlight reel worthy play right there to put Middle back up by 13.
Great offense by Middle there. They took a lot of time off the clock on that possession, and it ended with a bucket.
Tyson, turnaround jumper is no good. And a rebound, Jameer McNeil again. Up ahead, Zarfati in the corner for 3. He's got it again! 16-point lead for the Panthers.
That's the 4th 3 of this period by Middle. They've got 10 for the game.
Mainland trying to respond. Lowenstern, Ordilly, DiBiaso underneath for Cook, baseline. Putting one up, he's got it, count it with the foul.
Boy, when Cohen Cook gets the ball there, he's just so strong and athletic. It's so difficult to stop him there.
Foul was assessed to Mike Zarfati. It's his the second team foul for Middle. So only 3 total fouls in this quarter.
Cook with 13, excuse me, Nick.
Make it 14 with the free throw.
Let's see if Middle holds for 1 here.
It was a good answer by Mainland to answer the 3-pointer from Zarfati. But like what Middle did at the end of the half, let's see if they hang on for a possession, and now we're going to get a whistle. And a timeout.
Now, no timeout is a 5-second violation, closely guarded there as Middle turns it over.
Beg your pardon, misread the lips of the official there. Let's see if Mainland gets the final possession here as DiBiaso. Tyson now top of the key. It's Cohen Cook. And he's going to back off now. They have 10 seconds. They want the last shot. Cook driving, almost stumbled. Has it again, kicking it back. It's stolen away. It's Bubba McNeil. 2 seconds to shoot. Puts one up at the buzzer. No good. 50-37. Middle up by 13 after 3. They're 8 minutes away from a title. Mainland trying to do whatever they can to get back into it, but again, the Panthers just too deadly from beyond the arc right now.
Yeah, they've made the 10 3-pointers and almost 11 from 30 feet by Bubba McNeil at the close of the period. And as you mentioned, Middle did have a lead as high as 16, and now they lead by 13 going into the 4th. And they made, as I mentioned earlier, 4 threes in that 3rd quarter.
A 13-point lead for the Panthers. We'll assess the foul trouble right now on the Mainland end of things. Rocco DiBiaso with 1, Cohen Cook, Jamie Tyson, Timmy Traveling all with 2, and Keaton Lowenstern with 1 on the flip side. For Middle, Mike Zarfati, the only one with double-digit with 2 fouls. Meanwhile, Trombetta, Bubba McNeil, Jameer McNeil, Elston, and Basquine all with just 1 apiece. So the foul trouble lies with the Mustangs. And at this rate, Brian, down 13, you might need to see a more physical defensive presence like you saw in the second quarter. But the problem is, Middle's defense has been on point as well as Mainland's been. It's been tough for them to create shots.
It has, and Middle will also get the ball to start this fourth quarter. And Lamar Greer's message to his team in the huddle there between periods was, no matter what happens out here, execute, execute, execute. Mainland showing a trap here. They get it up to Trombetta.
Zarfati into the corner for Bubba McNeil. And we're going to get a foul.
A timeout was called by Middle Township.
Beg your pardon. They didn't like the look. So another quick timeout here. Just 10 seconds into the fourth quarter.
Bubba McNeil there, when you're in the corner and you have a team that's running and jumping, when you get that ball in the corner, you got to make a decision quickly because obviously Mainland gets the opportunity to use both sidelines as an additional defender, and McNeil didn't react quickly, and Lamar Greer alertly calling the timeout to prevent the turnover.
There's a look at head coach Lamar Greer here in his 3rd season leading his alma mater to a South Jersey title last year. He's 61-22 in his coaching career, 24-2. And Brian, again, we've seen it on display through 3 quarters. Arguably the best team of his young tenure back at his alma mater.
Yeah, they've had a really, really nice season. They're the top seed in Group 2. Mainland the top seed in Group 3. So both of these teams have South Jersey title aspirations beyond this game here. But it's certainly special when you can win a championship of a 20-some team league, and that's what each of these teams is trying to do here today.
Well, the Cape Atlantic League tournament was recently expanded to the full slate of teams just a couple of years ago, so you have your play-in games in first round. So it's a long tournament. It's one of the longest conference tournaments in the state. Zarfati trapped back here in the backcourt. Does find Trombetta, cross-court pass Jameer McNeil. Underneath here, back out, 3-pointer for Bubba McNeil, no good. Yeah, and a rebound for Ordilli.
Yeah, it's good defense by Mainland there. They're gonna just try to make Middle play faster.
Little floater there from Traveline off the glass. Cuts it back to an 11-point lead.
This run and jump, they're just going to try to get Middle to play faster, and maybe they can miss some shots, and that's what happened there. A missed shot by Middle leads to a short bank shot by Traveline.
Interesting strategy, too, considering Middle has won the bulk of the track meets in this ball game so far. Jameer McNeil for 3, no good. It's loose on the court. Zarfati, an offensive board. Basquine converts on the second chance opportunity.
Great look by Zarfati. Basquine in double figures now with 10.
Cohen Cook into the paint. Kicks it out for Ordilli. Traveline now. Ball batted. DiBiase tried to save it out of bounds.
That's off Mainland.
Middle Township ball here. Pleased you're with us this afternoon on Cape Atlantic Live. The Cal Finals are fueled by Body Armor. Nick Costco alongside Brian Kniff. First of our doubleheader today. We'll get the Mainland girls and the Wildwood Catholic Lady Crusaders coming up next in the girls' final. McNeil over to Zarfati underneath. Basquine open again. Cannot convert, though. And a rebound from Cook. Cook somehow dribbling away past 2 defenders. Ordilli for 3. Off the mark. Tyson puts it up, but a foul.
A good offensive rebound there by Tyson. And again, great strength by Cook to hold off a couple defenders and keep that fast break opportunity alive.
Foul on Bubba McNeil, his second. First foul of the quarter as Jamie Tyson goes to the line. First one's no good for Tyson.
Tyson now 2 for 3 from the line.
You got to pinch. Mike, you got to box him. And you got to shoot her.
Mainland, again, that's been their Achilles heel in some of these games, the free throw shooting. Tyson needs this one. And he's got it. 12-point margin. With 6.5 to go, Middle trying to keep their foot on the gas. McNeil driving, strong, wild, and that one's out of bounds. They wanted a foul. I don't think we're going to get one on the floor here. Jameer McNeil doesn't like it.
Now Tyson with the block and out of bounds. Again, if you're Middle, you're up 12 with 6:19 to go. There's no reason to force stuff toward the basket. Middle actually caught a break there, to be honest.
Here's Bubba over to Trombetta, almost lost the handle. Trying to get by Lowenstern, driving, kicks it back out. Zarfati can't handle, out of bounds, and it is Mainland ball.
And again, right now, the defense by Mainland is forcing Middle to play too fast.
That's the way Mainland's going to get into the game. We said at the top of the broadcast, Brian, this score right now is around where Mainland wanted Middle as far as the total figure, but again, they're still trailing by 12. Cook over to Lowenstern for three. Cannot get it. Tyson tries to get the putback. Got the board, though. Puts it up, and he draws another foul.
Now that'll go against Jameer McNeil.
That's his second. I'm talking about limiting a team like Middle, Brian. You know, once the Panthers get into that 60, 65-point territory, you usually cannot beat the Panthers. So this is a good situation for the Mustangs right now, but they just can't score right now.
Yeah, Tyson nearly airballed that free throw. I believe it may have just nicked the front of the rim. A little bit of a different shooting background because you have stands in the background that are full, as opposed to a wall in the background that you see at most high school gyms. Tyson made the second.
Well, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe, but still an 11-point lead for the Panthers. This is where they've been most of the afternoon. Trombetta in the corner for three. Yes, sir! Anthony Trombetta keeping Middle way out in front.
Great find by Basquine there. He looked opposite, and the best shooter on Middle's team was open. A steal by McNeil.
McNeil the other way now. Tried to feed it, Traveling to steal it, and he throws it off McNeil. Out of bounds it goes.
Great play by Traveling there.
Well, they didn't want Middle to get another bucket there off that three-pointer. Otherwise, the wheels might have come off. But time is running out for Mainland, down by 14. Here's Stephen Ordilly over to Lowenstern. Turnaround shot for Cohen Cook, no good. Tyson trying to corral it,
good box out by Zarfati there.
Up ahead, Basquine, now it's Zarfati coming on in. He is fouled by Lowenstern.
Hard foul. Lowenstern, good sportsmanship there, goes over and smacks hands with Zarfati.
That's a hard foul right there.
That could have been an intentional foul. Could have. Now, he did reach in for the basketball, so I think benefit of the doubt there, it's probably a good call to make it a common foul.
Zarfati misses the first. DiBiaso's back in. Lowenstern takes a seat.
This is Middle's first trip to the line in the second half. And a full timeout's going to be taken by Mainland here with 5:04 to go.
Still a 14-point lead for Middle Township. And they've hovered in this area, and basically, Brian, since their lead was trimmed to 8 points late in that second quarter, they've held on to a double-digit lead, and the Mustangs have just been unable to get back into this ball game how they would like to.
Yeah, Middle's kept them at length. Mainland has not closed since that first quarter. I don't believe they've gotten any closer than 8. And right now the lead's 14. So this is a spot here where if Mainland's going to get back in the game, it's going to have to happen quickly.
And got rolling early on. Both teams traded baskets in that first quarter. Looked like we're going to have a true track meet of a basketball game, but Middle's shooting is that much better right now.
Middle has 33 of its 55 points on 11 three-pointers.
That's your biggest difference, especially when you have multiple guys who can shoot from beyond the arc. And for Mainland, you only have maybe 3 at best that can really be your sharpshooters from downtown, but really nothing's falling for the Mustangs.
Middle's had 5 different players make a 3. So, Bubba McNeil's made 2, Zarfati's made 3, Trombetta's made 4, Basquine made 1, and Amir Elston made 1. So second of 2 free throws here for Zarfati following the timeout.
Only 5 minutes and change remaining in this basketball game as Zarfati goes 0 of 2 from the stripe. DiBiaso up ahead. Ordilli driving off the glass. He's got it.
Ordilli in double figures with 10.
Jameer McNeil.
Bad pass by Zarfati. The jump ball will go to Mainland.
A lot of bodies falling on the court.
Zarfati made the right look, but even Coach Greer, you can see right to our left, you just can't make a shovel pass with your left, with your hand, underhanded shovel pass there.
The officials are conferencing now this latest call, but they are going to confirm it is Mainland basketball.
Yeah, Middle got the ball to start the fourth quarter, so that's the right call. It's the first jump ball since then.
DiBiaso over to Ordilli. Ball batted, Koch recovered though. Traveling now, he's going to take a long-range 3, well off the mark. Trying to save it is Tyson, can't get it. It'll be middle ball.
Oh, that 3 would have cut it to single digits.
It's a basket they needed there, Brian, but again, just the shooting not going down for the Mustangs.
Middle needs to move. Mainland has extended this trap here. Middle needs to kind of shorten their passing routes here. They have players in the corner that might need to step up just a little bit more.
Jameer McNeil doubled here. DiBiaso trying to get the steal. Zarfati recovering. It's a loose ball now. DiBiaso is going to chase it, and out of bounds it goes as Tyson hit the deck near the midcourt line.
Middle has players in the corners that probably need to come up the sidelines a little bit more to cut down the length of these passes against this pressure. And they're asking for a towel as there's perspiration on the floor where players went to the deck over there.
Make sure they dry that off before we resume action about halfway through this fourth quarter. Middle still maintaining a double-digit lead.
Middle will inbound here. And again, the 2-1-2 trapping zone defense by Mainland.
Zarfati, ball is batted by Tyson. Good steal here, an opportunity. A couple pump fakes, driving to the basket, he converts. So Mainland trying to chip away. And perhaps another stop right here on defense from Mainland could really start swinging some momentum. Bubba McNeil trapped here. Now it's Jameer.
Bad pass. Lucky.
Bubba McNeil recovered. It's batted, stolen by DiBiaso. DiBiaso the other way, driving himself, can't convert, and McNeil pulls down the miss. Costly miss. McNeil, Trombetta, 3. No good. Jameer McNeil getting the offensive rebound in the corner, and Middle will continue to bleed the clock. Trombetta guarded by Draveline, and
great job. That is ball strong there by Trombetta, Nick, because he had all that pressure by Traveling, and what he did was he got his head and shoulders with a long jab step out ahead of Traveling and caused Traveling to foul him.
DiBiaso takes a seat for Mainland, by the way. Traveling, that's his 3rd. Bubba McNeil. As Zarfati in the corner. Backed up, Chase Moore, and looks like he set that out of bounds. Mainland ball. Just 3:04 remaining. Middle still a double-digit lead. Bubba McNeil takes a seat. Basquine is back in. So that same look we saw a little bit earlier, Brian, the 2 big men out there for the Panthers.
And they are still in zone here. They'll try to run Traveling to the corner. Couldn't get the shot away.
High pass here. It's Ordilli, though, corralling it into the corner now. Cohen Cook. Cook swinging around. Lowenstern, far side of the court. Traveling. Back to Lowenstern. Stolen away. Jameer McNeil finds Trombetta on the way. He's got it. It's a 12-point lead for Middle. 2.5 to go. Up ahead, Tyson. Underneath Cook. Stolen away again. It's Zarfati. And now Chase Moore lobbing a pass. Trombetta, nifty footwork here, but out of bounds.
Chase Moore just has to settle down and give that ball to a guard.
That would have been Sports Center type passing right there if he was able to keep it.
Oh, here's a steal by Moore.
Look at this. Chase Moore, Trombetta, Jameer McNeil coming on in. It's a 14-point lead for Middle with a little over 2 minutes to play. They can feel it now.
Yeah, Moore made up for his mistake with that steal. Great play by the sophomore.
Cook
and
three.
He comes up with the block.
Ball batted, a lot of contact here. Middle can sense it, Brian. All over the Mustang attack.
Mainland wants another timeout.
2:02 remaining. The Middle Township contingent behind us knows what's coming as the Panthers look to keep their foot on the gas pedal for the remaining 2:02 with this 14-point lead.
Yeah, they've done a good enough job against this pressure, but what has kept Mainland at bay is what they're doing at the defensive end. They haven't been terrific handling the pressure. They've had a few turnovers, but because they're getting stops, those turnovers are not hurting them like they could.
Yeah, it's basically just canceling it out right now. We mentioned the biggest difference is the shooting today, especially from beyond the arc for Middle Township. They have the huge advantage right there, but when you look at Mainland and their ability to score today, Brian, they run their offense a lot through Cohen Cook, and sometimes you get guys like Traveline and Lowenstern who can hit the three-pointers, but nothing's really falling right now. And again, when you wall off your best player right there in Cohen Cook, points are hard to come by, especially against a very athletic and sharp-shooting Middle Township team.
Yeah, so Mainland calls the timeout. Middle will have the ball here with 2:02 to go, up 14.
The inbound pass here for Chase Moore. Ball batted. McNeil recovers. Chase Moore up ahead. Zarfati. Nice move to the basket. He's got it again. Mike Zarfati's been dynamite today. 16-point lead, less than 2 minutes to play.
Matches Middle's largest lead.
Traveling loses it out of bounds.
It was tipped by a Middle player.
Mainland ball still on that end of the floor.
So Middle is well on its way here to win their first CAL title, overall CAL title since 1998.
Been a long time. Traveling a three, no good. That's been the afternoon. Middle with the rebound. Mayers McNeil. McNeil up to Trombetta. Some contact as he ran into Ordilli.
I believe that ball went off of Ordilli, and I think that's what Percy Valentine's going to come up and say to Mike Cook. Let's see what we have.
No conversate.
Well, they're going to still say it stays with Mainland. Mike Cook may have had it going off of Mainland, but then maybe later going off of Trombetta. So he didn't allow his call to be overturned.
A little spin move from Cohen Cook. He can't convert the layup. Basqueen, no good, but here's a foul. Basqueen tried to corral the miss, but now more contact, and this one's going to be on Jamie Tyson. That's his third. Middle ball.
Fourth team foul on Mainland. And still the pressure by Mainland.
And they're playing hard till the end. Jameer McNeil underneath for Chase Moore. Ball batted, and he traveled as well. 1:04 to play, and some subs coming on for Mainland.
And,
bench is empty.
Rightly so. Their starters, their key players, are all getting a nice ovation from the Mainland faithful. So for Middle, Adam Buabash, Riley Powell, David Delcani into the game. For Mainland, you have Andrew Gilman, John Franchini, who has the basketball, Colin Cummings.
Franchini will get over to
Colt Russo has it now.
Franchini now. Cummings swinging around. Gilman under a minute to play. as the bench is empty for both teams. In the corner is Russo. Pulls up a shot, rattles around. Watson couldn't pull down the board. Mainland keeps possession though as Franchini swings it back out to Gilman. Gilman, Franchini, 3 ball on the way. In and out. Rebounded. Chase Moore. And now Basquine up the floor. 20 seconds. They're going to wave it off.
Yeah, Mainland is not going to pressure. And Middle Township will dribble out and win the Cape Atlantic League Championship 61-45.
As the buzzer is going to sound, the two teams are coming to shake their hands. Middle Township, it's their first Cape Atlantic League title since 1998 as they win this one 61-45 over the Mainland Mustangs here at Egg Harbor Township. A nice competitive basketball game here between the Panthers and the Mustangs. It was all middle early on. Mainland tried to cut into the deficit, just couldn't pull back within single digits in that second half. As the Middle Township Panthers remain perfect in Cape Atlantic League play. As we turn it over to the trophy presentation down in midcourt. We'll talk to individuals from Middle Township shortly. But now Middle Township 25-2 this season. Again, their only 2 losses were to 2 teams outside of this area. Mainland falls to 22-6. They'll be back in action though for the playoffs, as both teams will. 2 number 1 seeds in their South Jersey groups. Number 1 for Mainland in South Jersey Group 3. And of course, Middle Township, number 1 in South Group 2. But they can celebrate a little bit here today, Brian, for their first conference title in 26 years.
Yeah, here's your final point totals for Mainland. Cohen Cook, Jamie Tyson, each with 14. 10 for Stephen Ordilli at 7 points for Timmy Traveling. Middle Township had a lot of balance. Anthony Trombetta with 14. Mike Zarfati, Jameer McNeil, each with 13, 10 for Real Basquine, 8 for Bubba McNeil, and 3 for Amir Elston. As Middle Township enjoyed a 27-20 advantage on the glass in this game as well. So that certainly was critical. And the Panthers shot 11 for 23 on threes. Mainland was just 2 for 16.
Going to get our player of the game shortly as we get the trophy presentation going for your 2024 Cape Atlantic League champion Middle Township Panthers.
Jameer McNeil, by the way, we mentioned the 13 points, but he really filled the stat sheet. 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 6 steals.
2024 Cape Atlantic League runner-ups.
As they do the presentation here at Egg Harbor Township. Mainland being announced as the runners-up.
A great season for them, Brian. Obviously, it's not over. They have a chance to win a South Jersey title in Group 3. They are the number 1 seed. And they very well could see rival Ocean City once again as well, the 2 seed. So it's not over yet for the Mustangs. Obviously, a disappointing afternoon for them. But that's one tough basketball team.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot to say in that Group 3 tournament. Their season certainly is not over here. They are a very good basketball team. You just wonder, had a couple of those early threes by Mainland gone down, if this would have been a different game. But Middle they just shot the ball amazingly today. 24 for 41 from the floor overall, and 11 for 23 on threes. And when you look, one of the things about Middle, when they play well, they get a lot of assists, and they had 17 assists on their 24 field goals, Nick.
Just as a reminder, this is not the end of our broadcast day here at Egg Harbor Township. The girls' final will come up at approximately 2 o'clock between the Mainland girls, your top seed, and, of course, the Wildwood Catholic Lady Crusaders.
Not exactly sure what the delay is here. They're going to do the trophy presentation and the player of the game presentation.
Oh, was there a ballot for the player of the game here?
I don't know. I don't know.
Certainly it's not like wrestling where they have to have all the coaches vote on the MOW.
Right.
We're waiting on that, and of course, we will talk to some individuals when available from Middle Township following this trophy presentation, as we get the first place trophy and the MVP trophy presented, hopefully shortly.
Yeah, Middle won the game. That hot shooting really carried them. They turned the ball over 23 times in this game. In a game where they scored 61 points, they had 23 turnovers. And, Lamar Greer's one of those guys that no matter how well you might play or no matter how big of a win you might get, he's always looking to improve. And I know that's going to be the thing he's going to look at on the stat sheet. And he's going to say, hey, you want to win a South Jersey title, you can't turn the ball over 23 times.
And for Mainland, Brian, they kept it much closer in the third and fourth quarter, but that first quarter was the big difference right there.
So what we're being told is that the reason there's a delay in the presentation is because the microphone had a malfunction. So I guess they're either trying to fix that or bring out another microphone so they can make announcements.
I was even told by our good buddy Mike Frankel, who's here today, that I think the house mic fell during the starting lineup introductions before the game started. Obviously, we were discussing what these lineups could look like and how they would match up this afternoon. So we must have missed that early on. But
it'd be nice if they could just get someone out there with a loud voice. So yes.
I'm sure there's a couple of individuals in this gym who could do so.
The Middle basically led this from start to finish. The teams traded buckets to start the game, but then I believe Middle got out to a lead of 13-6, and after that they were up 12 at the end of the first quarter, and Mainland never got closer than 8 points the rest of the way. And there was a point, I believe, in the third quarter, Nick, where Mainland had a three in the air, down maybe 10. It would have cut it to 7 had it gone in. And obviously that didn't happen. And, it never really got close in the second half.
And again, the story of the game, we mentioned the shooting over and over in this game, Brian, but that first quarter, the first 8 minutes, maybe the most integral of this ball game all afternoon, as Middle was able to race out to a 12-point lead and pretty much never look back from there.
So it looks like they have the microphone issue solved. Doesn't sound like the greatest microphone, but it's working. Cohen Cook earning most out, or actually they're going to announce the players of Mainland. And I have a problem with the microphone again.
Hunter Watson.
So they're introducing all of the players for Mainland. And I assume they'll do the same for
Johnny Franchini. Andrew Dillon. Hope Russo. And Lucas DiBiaso. Your 2024 Big Atlantic League runner-up Mainland Mustangs.
You know what? I'll just wait for them to come here.
And our head coach, Tiffany Williams.
So they just honored the runner-ups, the Mainland Mustangs, here in 2024 as we get set to present the first place trophy to the Middle Township Panthers.
The Middle Township Panthers. Anthony Dromera. Michael Zarpati. Bubba McNeil. Aiden Howell. Jameer McNeil. Adam Bullock. Amir Elston. Real Masqueen. Chase Ford. Riley Powell. And David Del Conte. Your 2024 Cape League champion, Middle Panthers.
And Middle's first title in 26 years as they introduce the entire squad, and head coach Lamar Greer will go to midcourt to accept the first place trophy.
And this time we would like to announce the MVP from your 2024 TOWNSHIP Panthers, number 5, Jameer McNeil.
Today's game MVP, right there in the middle, number 5, Jameer McNeil, the junior guard. He was stout all afternoon. McNeil finished with 13 points this afternoon. Had 6 assists as well. Was key to running that Middle Township offense. They'll get to raise the trophy here. Big congrats to Middle Township for their accomplishments this year, and again, it will continue in the South Jersey Group 2 playoffs as the number 1 seed, as we get head coach Lamar Greer with us.
El, congratulations. What an effort by your kids, and what can you say about the way you shot the ball today?
Now, to me, it comes with practice. You know, we work hard in practice on our shooting every day, and it's our habits that develop that, and then people get to see it, but they don't know the countless hours our kids put in the gym with shooting the ball.
Your big game experience certainly had to help you. That's a very good team there. You pulled away early, never let them back into it. You got to be real happy with the effort.
Yeah, to me, they're the champions. You know, and you want to win a championship, you got to beat the champion. And we were looking forward to this game, you know, because they're the champions. They have a lot of experience. Cook is amazing. Those guys are just amazing. Williams is an amazing coach. So to me, they're champions, and we learned a lot from them today.
What's it mean for you, coach, to get this first conference title in 26 years? It's been a long time coming, but it seems like this has been the squad to do it here in 2024.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it means a lot. But I always say this, the standard Coach Rocco set. You know, and that's our thing. And now it's a hard part. Coach always says you got to put it behind you and get ready for the next one. So we got a hard road with Group 2. So we look forward to it, though.
Jameer, the 13 points, but the 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 steals. Another stat-stuffing game for your star.
Yeah, it is. And you know, I keep telling everybody he's finally bought into being an all-around player. And he's taking pride in it. He's looking to see how many assists, the turnovers he had. And it's just not about his points now. He's controlling our team, and he's even calling offenses himself. So I'm really proud of him that he's growing and he's getting everybody the ball.
But you had some stretches in that game where you weren't playing well offensively, but you kept them at bay by what you did on the defensive end. You had to be proud of that.
Yeah, I am. You know, my assistants are amazing. They do a lot of scouting, and we try to find teams' weaknesses, and that's something that we saw. They struggled against the zone. So we saw we were struggling, so we tried to throw something at them to change up the tempo of the game a little bit, so it worked for us.
We'll leave you here with this one, Coach. How do you transition? You just mentioned it, South Group 2, one of the toughest groups in the state and obviously in South Jersey. How do you go from winning this conference title, a long season, but now you're the number 1 seed, looking for another South Jersey title this year?
Yeah, I'm learning that we're the 100. Everybody's trying to come and get us, so we'll be ready. We'll take the day off Sunday, and then we'll get back to it. And then a lot of my coaches' experience and my experience with this state tournament will help, and we'll get to tell the kids how it's going to be and how to regroup, and it begins in practice on Monday, and we'll work really hard.
Well, Coach, congratulations once again on the conference title. We're looking forward to watching you in the playoffs as well. Again, Middle Township a winner here tonight over Mainland Regional.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Get in there and celebrate.
Yeah, right.
Celebrate. All right, Lamar Greer.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on with us on Cape Atlantic Live. So Middle wins at 61-45. And it was a comprehensive performance by the Panthers as they got out to that early lead and never really let Mainland back in.
That they did, Brian. So we're going to step aside for a little bit. Mainland and Wildwood Catholic in the girls' final coming up at approximately 2 o'clock here on Cape Atlantic Live, as the Cal Finals are fueled by Body Armor. For our production crew, Bill Shallcross, Matt Ulmer, and of course my broadcast partner, Brian Kniff. I am Nick Costco. We'll see you in a little bit at 2 o'clock for the Mainland Wildwood Catholic girls' final here in the Cape Atlantic League.
There you go. Oh, you got one? No.
Can I have that?
This
For a story I do on the website. Actually, I'll leave it here in case you want to refer to it.
Yeah. Yeah, the main man will be on the mat. Wildwood Catholic, right.